Hi friends, welcome back. Let's take a look at Tezos. We're taking a look at Tezos versus Bitcoin and Tezos versus the US dollar over here in this video. So what have we got on the go? Essentially, kind of, you know, in these videos I've been kind of separating the two of them out. Oh look, there's 2 dots now on the 200 simple. That's cute, isn't it? So anyway, there'll be 3 tomorrow. Yeah, I've been trying to keep them separate and then going towards the other one and saying, oh, you know, but it's pretty much the same story over here. Instead, let's kind of do the thing where we kind of flick back in between the two of them and talk about the differences in the prices and whatnot. Over here, we're above the 236 on the Bitcoin prices. Over here on the USD prices, we're quite a ways above the 236 over there. And instead, we've just come up and been rejected by the 382. Going back to the Bitcoin prices, the 382 would actually be up a little bit higher than we managed to achieve at 3,050 or so. But we did kind of get really close at 2,988. So did we get close enough? It's close enough to that in terms of how we actually did manage to get all the way up here and hit it bang on. Perhaps we did. That might add to that story. You've got the 50 simple coming in here, and you can see it's just giving us a nice little hat. So can we see that as being resistance? We can. In terms of the Bitcoin prices, they see the same story over here, and we're right on it. So if we could we actually achieved the 382 on the USD prices, we could perhaps achieve breaking the 50 simple moving average on the Bitcoin prices, and then that maybe perhaps come over and translate this direction. In terms of the shapes of these boxes, do I not have another one? Yeah, they've got this channel here. We're inside this channel. We've come down to the median line. We're against the 55 moving average here. This is the US dollar price on HitBTC, and over here versus the Bitcoin prices. This doesn't work really like a channel, but you do have down below us where the wicks come down to the 21 and the 55 EMA, just like over here how you have the 55, the green one, and the 21, the yellow one, just below us at the minute. So we have these areas to bear in mind. The price differential, by the way, 199, 199, 199. There isn't any on the dollar thing. That's something that we look at on this channel, by the way. So like, subscribe, stay part of the family and the community. Welcome to it if you're new here, by the way. But yes, of course, so we tend to look and see if there's any sort of divergence in prices between the exchanges, because we know that there can be whenever there's liquidity issues, withdrawal issues, or price disagreement, whatever. So yeah, so that's what we're looking at in terms of divergence. You know, do we have any? We can't say so about this end here, but we do have a slight turnaround in terms of how they're going. Will we come down here and test the sort of neutral line, or perhaps where our moving average is? We could do over the next wee while. And does this constitute close enough? It's close enough to a test in terms of the bullish control zone. I don't really think so, but we do have this dynamic between us. How are we looking at it in terms of the RSI over here? You know, we didn't test it on the dollar prices either quite. We didn't quite get close enough. We are higher than over here, by the way, as well, drawing that into perspective over here. So, you know, like we've said in a lot of other coins, you have the potential for hidden bearish divergence between these two highs. Should the prices never actually, in terms of dollars, make it above the 50% retracement line there at 256 or so, and create in a higher price action point here, then you'll have a higher action jobby on the stochastics and RSI, and not the MACD. Well, actually, yes, and the MACD, sorry, very much so. And that'll be divergent across all of those in terms of continuation divergence, as in hidden bullish divergence, hidden bearish divergence. And let's think about that conceptually for just a second. You know, this is, if we think about these things as kind of like a representation of effort, perhaps, you know, and like how all this effort and momentum has come up here. It's only carried us as high as the 50 simple moving average, and before we like, you know, and so like before any time there was any resistance to this downward trend, a little bit of a change in the RSI took us as high as a move upwards. So like we moved up the way 27% with this little junk here in the RSI, and over here we moved up 28% with this one, but this one needed to be a bit more, and the price, you know, all that sort of story kind of adds up to where you're thinking like, our bull's running out of effort, unless of course in the period of the next sort of couple of weeks really can we get the prices up to 250, you know, and that's a massive chunk away from where we are now. Like I'm saying as well, if you were to see the prices go up to there, then you're looking at another 30% sort of increase in prices. So all of that type of chat is getting carried away in a sense, but the reason I'm bringing it up isn't to get carried away and go all crazy on it, is to point out there's this dynamic here with the potential for hidden bullish divergence, the potential for it, hidden bearish divergence, continuation divergence to the downside. So you wouldn't like to see that that kick in and the prices become back down here, there and thereafter, setting in a new low. I mean, the internet's obviously going slow as I speak, so not seeing this, it's just gone all grey in the background. Right, well, maybe I'll have to finish up here on this episode without actually being able to load up the chart. But you could say if the prices come down here to where it's grey crap, I appreciate you staying tuned in, to below our previous lows over here, with that on top of what we've seen having happened recently, then that would be bad. Can we get a look at the 4-hour time frame? Right, it's out of my hands. I'm really sorry. Okay, so I hope I said enough in this video to give you a bit of an idea about where we're going. In terms of overall, we're making an upward trend here, and in this previous chunk of time, we're not really divergent necessarily, just in terms of since we started coming up. So we've got this dynamic at play as how things could pan out in the future view, you know, from where we are now, and we've got the 236. Is that right? There's a moving average. There's the old area here of resistance, right, actually just above where we are right now. So I want to see the prices move up above $2, as we know. Okay, so you know, I apologize, but the internet gods, I hope I can upload these videos. In fact, oh, there, it's kicked back in. Fan dabby dozy. Can we see this golden cross occur here on the 4-hour chart? Can we see the golden cross occur here? That's nice to be able to finish off with saying something. If that positive action, price action does happen, and we do see things like not getting bearish divergence on the daily time frame, us coming back up to 250 and all the rest of it, you'd see it. Oh, this is the Bitcoin prices. Would we see a golden cross happen on the Bitcoin prices? Over here to the US dollar prices, we've just had the golden cross happen just a wee while back there. So can we see this maintained, testing off the 50s and all that stuff isn't unusual during it. In fact, indeed, testing off the 200, we still be sitting in a higher low on the 4-hour time frame if it came down and test off the 200, you know, so bear that in mind really, as that this period, of course, this little bit of divergence that's been had over here between the last two highs could theoretically have played out, but of course it could continue down to the 200 simple, so at 170. So just bear that in mind in terms of how you're looking towards managing your risk. On the way there, if we go past 180 and we're into this area again, we're in this consolidation area, and it's danger territory for sure as well, in terms of this cross would start to get undone at that point. But you know, 182 is where you would find support, as we already have in the very recent past there, and 190 being the sort of current area for support. Let's just see. I mean, we're right. The prices are right at $2, and that's really what we're talking about. How does $2 smell to you? Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate all the likes, comments, subscribes, everything else. I'm massively appreciating how people are sending me all this positivity about everything in the videos and the comments and all the rest of it. It's absolutely amazing. I really, really appreciate it, and I'll catch you in the next video. Thank you so much for tuning into this one. What else do I have to say? What have I not said? Take care. There we go. Stay safe. Don't breathe on or near anyone else. All right? If they're human, don't breathe them. Catch you next time.